Hello guys, and in today's video we are going to be talking about week 5 of Trials of Osiris. This week we were on the map Altar of Flames, and I had a good time personally. Generally it was a good time. Friday, Saturday, Sunday all went super well, and honestly Monday didn't go too bad. It was mainly just stream sniping, but that is usually always the case on the flawless pool days because it's easier for those people to do that. So, also, we did not get World's First this week. Actually, didn't even get the top 10 this week. We ended up losing on our game 4 or 5. We were about to 5-0 Jake, ZK, and Nighthawk, but then we fucking choked. Won the game, but it was a 5-4 game, and they successfully delayed it, which really fucked us. And then we matched Fancy and lost 5-3. A game that I do not think we should have lost because no offense to them, Fancy and them, they are very good players, and even if you go back and watch the VOD, I said this as well. But I don't think that's a game that we should have lost. Obviously, we won the next game that we matched them. And the reason I say that is because I definitely think Jake, ZK, and Nighthawk are better as a team and just better individually. But we did end up losing that game somehow. We were just, I don't know. I do not know what happened. We did pull it back for the next game, though. GG's to both those teams. Although some of them were not happy with the weapons that we decided to use in Destiny 2, the video game, which is completely understandable. Anyway, on to the weapons. Most used weapons for the week, in my opinions on those. The top weapons were at first, No Time to Explain, second, Forerunner, third, the Battler, fourth, the Funnel Web, fifth, Beloved, sixth, Peace of Mind, seventh, Arbalist, eighth, the Jade Rabbit, ninth, Brent's Driver, and 10th main ingredient. So the one thing there is you do not see a single hand cannon in the top 10, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that in terms of an individual hand cannon, top weapon instead of weapon types, because hand cannons are in the top 2 for weapon types. They're number 2, obviously, and then pulses are number 1. I think the reason that you don't really see a hand cannon in the top 10 for weapons is because there's not really any good 120s currently in the game that are accessible, and I think if you wanted to use a hand cannon on this map, you really needed to be using a 120 a big portion of the time. 140 is just, to me, on a map like Altar of Flame and a meta like we have right now, just do not cut it. They just do not have the range, anywhere near enough range. Even if you have a God Roll Palindrome or a God Roll Fatebringer or a God Roll Ostringer, it's just not enough to compete with a No Time to Explain. Because there's situations where you're literally having to 4-tap them where they can 2-burst you, and it's just, obviously you're not going to have the time to kill to get the job done, unfortunately. So anyway, as well, like I said, I feel like this week compared to last week was just an absolute shit show. It felt like I don't know what it was. I think it's just the meta, honestly, at this point. It doesn't really matter what the map is or anything like that. It's just the meta is just not a good time right now, and no matter what the map is, it's just not going to be a good time when you have people playing the hard meta once again. And it sucks that it is this way, because I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again in these videos. But I mean, it's just the Sandbox. It's moved away from, it's more build crafting than anything. I feel like actual mechanical skill and stuff isn't as important as it's more important to be running a certain weapon and playing a certain way than it is to, be using, I don't know. That's the only way that I can think to explain it. It's just the barrier of entry for a lot of these games is just making sure you're running something really fucking overpowered or very overtuned in the current Sandbox, and it sucks. I don't think anyone enjoys it. I'd be very surprised if there was a person that enjoys it. I think even the people that run it, I know for myself at least, I do not enjoy it at all. And a big portion of the reason that I even end up making builds for this stuff is because I get stream sniped by people using it, and it's just, I'm not saying that's the reason that's the only time that I put it on to explicitly state that for some people, because I said it on stream at one point and some people couldn't make out the difference that I'm saying that I made the build because of people like that, and they thought I was saying that I only use it when I match people like that, which is just not what I was saying. But and the thing is that's why I do it personally, and everyone has their reasons, and at the end of the day you can do whatever you want. But I guarantee you most people don't enjoy using Lorentz or Arbalist or maybe Forerunner. I don't know. It's just people use it because they're just tired of losing to it over and over again because it's just so ridiculous. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait all the way till the next season for Bungie to do anything about it, which is super unfortunate. And they're also going to be nerfing snipers, I think, before as well, which is super weird because I feel like it's just going to drive Linear Fusion's usage up even higher, if I'm understanding correctly. I could be wrong about that. I figure they would do both of the nerfs, like to flinch at the same time rather than do them separately, given those weapons kind of dominate in the same effective range. I feel that is what would make sense, but it would not be the first time that Bungie has nerfed one thing and then left the other unnerfed and unchecked for a prolonged period of time. So I hope that's not the case. I would honestly, I don't know. I'm very interested to see how those changes work as well. Like because every time they attack flinch or like snipers or linear fusions, like nothing they've done has ever worked ever. Like to me at least, I don't think it has. Let me know if you guys are excited for that in the comments below. I know I am. I'm very excited for that. These things have been way too strong for way too long. And I'm thinking, honestly, we might need to watch out for glaives next. Glaives are going to be very strong. They're reducing the resistance from 75 to 50, but they're going to improve hit detection next season. So just pray to God they don't implement some new goofy exotic. I also wonder, I think next week or tomorrow we're going to be getting the Falcon's chest piece added to the sandbox, and that could potentially make for some very frustrating gameplay to deal with. Potentially, maybe not though. I feel like it's only something that's really going to be good for fusions and not so much linear fusions. I feel like for linears, Capri's is the move over the Falcon's chest piece. But for fusions, I would be, fusions and pulses might be super good with that build, with like a Falcon's chest piece, which is something I actually do not have right now, and I don't even think you can get at the moment because it's disabled. I feel like it's been disabled for like a month now at this point. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to keep up to date with when I'm posting videos and when I'll be going live on Twitch, please make sure to follow me on Twitter. We are almost to 12K followers over on Twitter. And if you want to enjoy more content of mine, please make sure to go follow me on Twitch. I pretty much stream every day for at least 8 hours, maybe 8 to 6 in that range. So you can go over there and say hi to me. And with that, we'll make that the end of the video.